Mandy from Feathers and Webs here. Today I wanted to talk to you about sigils, what they are, how to create them, how to activate them and how to use them in your magic. Sigils are a type of chaos magic. If you think of it as a spell, so you want to practice some kind of spell work, and to keep it in its most simple form would be just to draw a symbol. So it's a symbol that you create, which in its most simple form is a picture of a spell that we wish to create. It can be used for all sorts of different spells, and the method behind it is that you create it and then you release it from your mind. Subconsciously it's working, and then you release it out into the galaxies, if you want to think of it like that. Once we've created it, we charge the sigil. That can be done several different ways. You can sit it on your altar with crystals, you can blow your energy into it, which can also be used to activate it as well. And once it's charged, we do then activate it. There are also lots of different ways to do this. We can burn it in a cauldron or in your candle. You can tear it into pieces. It can be released into water. You can use water-soluble inks or watercolour paints. You can send it off on its journey down a river or into the sea. So there are lots of different ways we can use sigils in our magic and our daily practices for all sorts of different reasons. So what I'd like to do with you today is we're going to look at how we create them. There are lots of different ways of creating sigils, different thoughts on the processes as well. A couple of different tools. Darling husband has just created this as a little bookmark for me. We have a magical square, a witch's clock, a witch's wheel, and also it's created, well, not all of them, but sometimes we use numerology to help create our sigils as well. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to practice a few different ways. I'm going to show you how to create your very own sigil. I'll put that to one side. Once you have, I normally practice on pieces of paper, scrap paper, and once you come to a decision and you find some sigils that you like, you can transfer them into your grimoire. And what I like to do is keep a separate page for different types of spells. For example, this page here is for protection, and that's what we're going to do today. So you can see, hopefully you can see, different symbols, all completely different and created in different ways. So this is what I want to go through with you today. So I'll just put this to one side. Okay, as with all magic, you're always to be done with the higher good in mind, positive intention, etc., and always choose your words carefully. So, for example, I once had a couple of friends laughing at me. I'd made a beautiful sigil. I really loved it, felt connected to it. Showed them this sigil and they were like, wow, that's amazing. How did you create it? So I told them how I went about creating it. You left the vowels in? Yes, I did. Why? They both fell about the floor laughing at me. Since then, and doing a lot of studying and learning myself, I found out that there are all of these different ways to create sigils. Some of them you actually leave the vowels in. So Please excuse my husband in the background if you can hear him calling the cat. So for this first example, let's just do the one word, protection. Okay, so you write it out, P. Okay, so if we use this witch's well, for example, for a word like protection, there are just far too many letters on here. And when you make your little symbol following the clock here, there's going to be lines all over the place and repetitions. So in this case, I would suggest taking out the vowels. And then I would also take out any letters that repeat themselves. So the P's okay, R's okay, T, C, take out the T, we leave the N. So this leaves P, R, T, C, N. Okay, we are going to follow the witch's wheel. I will hopefully put a link to this from our website where you can download these little tools here, these symbols. Okay, so what we do is we find out where the P is on this grid, which is about here. So imagine, like, let's do a circle to contain it. We call it a container shape. And the P is over here. We often start with a small little circle. Excuse the thickness of this pen, but I wanted it to show up. Okay, so we're on the P. The next one is the R, which is down here. So follow the shape. And then we've got the T, which is over here. And then we've got the C up here. So it goes back up there. And then the N is about over there, and we finish with a little slash like that. So that's first example. The second example would be using numerology. So if you can see here where all the letters line up with the numbers, you give each letter that you have a number. So the P is a 7. The R is a 9. The T is a 2. C is 3. And the N is a 5. Okay, so using the witch's clock here, again, I'm going to put a containing circle around it. I mean, you can use any shape you want, but in this instance, the actual tool that we're using is in a circle, so it's easier if you keep it that way. So number 7 is over here. So we're going to start here, a little circle, and then we're going to number 9, which is up here. So take it up like so. Number 2 is over there. Number 3, number 5, ending like that. So there's your 2 symbols. They're quite similar, really. 2 symbols so far. I'm going to keep going. We'll do one in each style, and then you can choose which one that you like. So now we're going to try the magic square. Okay. I'm going to do it in a square. Keeping to the same numbers because we're using the word protection. 7 is over here. And then we go to number 9, which is up there. Number 2 is next to it. Number 3 is over there. Number 5 is in the middle. I really like that one. So that's using the magic square. That one was the witch's wheel, the witch's clock, the magic square. I really like those. Okay, the other way you can make a sigil is by like creative design, which I'll show you how to do now. Okay, so what we do is take our numbers, our letters, sorry, P, R, T, C, N. And for the sake of keeping it small, we'll take the vowels out and the repeating letters, the consonants as well, consonants. So, and how we do this is we look at shapes within the letters. So here we've got one straight line for the P, so there's one straight line. And then we've got a curve. Okay, so the R has one straight line, another straight line there, and a curve. T is made of two lines, C is one curve, and these three lines, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so with this type of creation, you really can let your imagination go wild. There are no rules about this. So let's see, protection. So straight away I'm thinking of like a no entry sign, a cross. So I'm going to use these two lines here and I'm going to do a cross. Okay, cross those out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do a spike there, so that's those two. And another pointy arrow that way. If you think of it, a pointy arrow, take out those two. And that 1, 2, so that's that one and that one. Okay, that leaves me with 3 C shapes. I'm going to do one outwards and another one outwards. So that's that one gone, that one gone. A bit like pitchforks, aren't they? The last C, how am I going to do that? That's like keep me grounded. Okay, put a retainer on that. So there's one example. Let's do another one. So I'll write these out again. So it was 1, C. Okay, I'm going to do one of those. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to almost like a T there, protection. That C out there, that's almost like an umbrella. Cloak of protection. line through there, like bows and arrows, line there. I've got one more line. There. Okay, I like that. I often like to cap off these little ends here. Like a shield. So that's two different examples for our creative design. Okay, moving on to the next one. Let's make a sentence this time. My home and all inside her are protected. This is a perfect example of how we're going to use our numerology. Okay. I have to say, looking back at our sigils for protection, let me just go back onto this. My favourite ones are this one and this one. Doesn't have to be the prettiest, you know, it can often just be the ones that you feel connected to, for example. And it doesn't need to make sense to anyone else. It's your own private secret symbol, really, if you think about it that way. Okay, we're going to go with this sentence now. Okay, we've got our Pythagorean numerology chart here. I am. Let's try it with all the vowels in as well this time, just so you've got an example. Okay. So M is 4. I'm going to do it downwards this time. Y is 7. Okay. Oh, let me just write my. Okay. H is 8. O is 6. M is 5. E is 5. A is 1. N is 5. D is 4. A is 1. L is 3. 3. I is 9. N is 5. S is 1. I is 9. D is 4. E is 5. Very long-winded, this one. H is 8. E is 5. R is 9. A is 1. R is 9. E is 5. Just want to show you the different complications that arise when you don't take out certain letters. So P is 7, R is 9, O is 6, T is 2, E is 5, C is, 3, T is 2, E is 5, D is 4. Now what we do is we add them together to come down to single digits. So we've got 5 and 5 is 10, 18, 24. Add those two together, that's 6. 1, 6, 10. That's 1. 1, 3, 3, so that's 3, 6, 7, 9, 14, 15, 24, 28, 33, 6. 8 and 5 are 13, that's 22, 4. 1, 10, 15. Those together, that comes to 6. Does that make sense so far, what I'm doing? So 7 and 9, 16, 22, 24, 29, plus 3 is 32, 34, 39, 43. Add those together is 7. So we've got 6, 1. Excuse the dog. Layla, what are you doing? She's falling upside down. Okay. 7, we have 6, 4, 6, 7. Okay. Now, do you remember when I said about using the different clocks or the square? It causes a lot of mess and problems when there are numbers that repeat themselves, because the lines are just going to go over and over each other. So as before, what I like to do if it's a long one like this is take out any repeating numbers. So take out the 6s, the 1, the 7, take out the 7. So you're left with 6, 1, 7, 4. Okay, so using our magic square, we've got, starting with the 6s in the bottom right hand corner, little circle, and then we go over to the 1, back up to the 7, and up there to the 4. Using our witch's clock, we've got here, so small circle where the 6 is, we go up to 1, across to 7, over to 4. So that's your 2 examples there. Very simple from all those letters and words. And really I would say go with what feels right to you. So if you want to leave your vowels in, leave them in. Power comes from within you and your intuition and your energy that you're putting into this spell. Okay, so that's another example. Let's see how that would have turned out if we'd taken our vowels out, shall we? So my home and all inside her are protected. My home and all inside her are protected. Whoops, I can't even spell. Protected. So the thing with your spells and any kind of magic, when I say to write in a positive tense, what I mean by that is to speak and think of it as though you already have it. So if, for example, you were saying you would like to attract some money, instead of saying I want it, I need it, that implies that you don't have it. Instead, write something like I am overflowing in abundance. Oh, that might sound a bit over dramatic, but I'm full of love, or my body is strong, if you wanted to do something for health, for example. So there are lots of different ways of saying things, but always keep it in the positive and the now, that you already have these things, or you want to continue having these things in your life. So, okay, let's go back to this one. So I'm going to take out the vowels. Okay, and then we're going to take out repeating letters. So first of all, we've got M, Y, we've got H, M we've already used, N, we've got D, next one, O, so L, take out that one. Inside, start with an M, we've already got it. S, D, no, we've got that already. Right, her, we've already got that. A, we've got R. Okay. The next word, R is taken out. The next word, protected. P, take out the R. We've got T. C, have we had a C yet? No, we've got a C. T, take that one out. D, take that out. Okay. Bringing back our numerology chart, we've got M, so 4, and Y is 7. Add those together, you've got 11, add that together, you've got 2. H is number 8. N for Norman, we've got 5, D is 4, add those together, it's 9, L is 3, S is 1, R is 9, we have P which is 7, T which is 2, and C which is 3. Okay, add that together, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Add that together is 3. Alright, so we've got 2, 8, 9, 3, 1, 9 and 3. I'm going to take out that 3 and that 9, which leaves us 2, 8, 9, 3, 1. Okay, let's do let's work with a magical square. I'm going to do it in this corner here. Okay, number 2. Little circle. Number 2 is going to number 8, so we're going straight across like that. 8 is going to number 9, so we're going back up there. 9 to 3, over there. Oh, we're here. And then we're going to 1, which is down there. Finish it with a thingy. There you have it. I really like that one. Compared to just the 4, I like having the 5 digits there, the 5 different moves. Okay. Now I'm going to go with a creative one. Okay. So my. H, N, D, L, S, R, P, T, C. Okay, so go with how many lines there are. So with the M, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The Y is 2. the way I draw my Ys too. I mean, you can have it where you have your two little dashes and the long one coming down. So if that's how you draw it, you would put 3 lines. So the H is 3, 1, 2, 3. N is 3, 1, 2, 3. D is 1 and a circle. L is 2. S is like 2 circles really. So I'm going to do one that way, one that way. It doesn't really matter because you can turn them around when you're drawing it. Your R is 1, 2 and a 3. Your P is 1 and a circle, a little curve there. Your T is 2 and a C. Wow, that's a lot. So let's start. I'm going to try and do something different before. So here I had more simples like this kind of thing. Protection, what do I think of as protection? Let's do a pentagram for starters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to these, that one there. Okay, we're going to do points. 2, 4, 5, 10. 1, 2, 3. Gonna do that one and one of those. Actually, let's extend that like that. It's thinking out of the box, isn't it? I'm going to do two there, so one of those and one of those. There. I'm doing the same there. So that's 4 of those lines. There, I've got 2 left. That's it. I'm going to cap off my ends. Okay, so I'm happy with that. But as you can see, different types of sigil making complement how many letters or words you have in, what it is that you're looking for protection. I mean, these two here are very simple, as are these. Out of all of these, I think still my favourites are this one here. That one's not too bad, but this one here. If we take a look at sigils that I've previously done in my grimoire. Let's have a look. My present grimoire. Just move those out of the way a moment. So protection sigils. These are ones that I've kept before. And look, see? I liked that one. That one wasn't too bad. Have I copied that again? No. This one here is similar to, kind of, looks spiky, doesn't it? And these two I think are quite similar as well. So you can see they're quite easy to do. There's nothing really complicated about it. It takes a bit of time, a bit of thought, counting your numbers, etc. Or you don't have to count your numbers, you can just get your letters, do your dashes and curves, for example. And it's really as simple as that. So I hope that this demonstration will help you and that you found it interesting. And I'll put some links down if I can that you might be able to download into the video and enjoy. Have fun making your sigils. Alright, bye, thank you.